Are Facebook ads dead in 2025 with rising costs, no more attribution, CPAs seeming to be increasing and CPMs increasing year over year? The question I get asked all the time is, are Facebook ads still worth it and will it work for my brand? In today's video, I'm breaking down the real state of Facebook ads in 2025 so that you are more educated to understand whether or not you should continue spending money on Meta or go somewhere else like TikTok. And stick around because at the end, I'm going to give you 3 actionable steps to make your marketing dollars work more effectively for you with Meta. Let's get into it. All right, so I've been doing digital marketing since 2011. I've had my agency since 2017. And over the course of the years, people have been saying for years that Facebook ads is dead. And yet still, every single year, more and more brands enter the market and more brands go from 6, 7, 8 figures and beyond using Meta ads. So what's really happened is that actually Facebook and Meta ads are changing, and they've changed drastically since the time I started managing ads. And now what's happened is there's an evolution that needs to occur within your ad account in order to stay ahead so you don't get left behind. And we're going to go through all of that right now. So here are some of the biggest changes that are occurring. The first one and the craziest one is how AI and the algorithm has evolved over time to get so much better at finding customers for you. When I started, it was about finding very specific stacked interests that only had 100,000 people or 250,000 people, 500,000 people that had all these interests that we found within the ads account or the ads manager that were our perfect customer. And those ads would be shown to those people and they would convert at a very high level. These days, things have changed. Facebook's AI is stronger than ever and every single day it gets better. Literally today, the day I'm recording this, February 27th, tomorrow the AI is going to be better than today. So today is the worst it's ever going to be. So to recap that, essentially, manual bidding to find all these crazy audiences and stacked Star Wars and this and that, it's not necessary anymore. So that's the biggest change. Number 2, CPMs and CPAs are rising. Cost per purchase is increasing. But there's a way to fix that. Brands with good offers and great messaging are crushing it because the AI is finding the people who are most likely to convert based on their likelihood of purchasing or their anticipated CVR. With that, if you put the right ad in front of the right person at the right time, your costs will be lower. And I'll show you some ad accounts right now that are crushing. This campaign over the last 30 days, almost 50,000 spent, 140,000 generated at a 3x. And you can see within the account, there's a lot of really great efficiency occurring. This account, 5,000 spent, 23,000 generated, 30 days, 4.58, $15 cost per purchase. This ad account over the last 30 days, not phenomenal, but we have winners in here. New client, so we're going to clean this up. I'll report back to you on the effectiveness after the fact. Another account, 7 days, 6,500 spent, 12,000 generated, 2x ROAS, and you can see consistency across the board. Now, one of the other key factors to remember with this is that the days of 4 and 5, 6, 8x ROAS are probably gone. And that's because attribution is just a mess of a bunch of different channels coming together to feed the customer journey to get results. So the number 3 thing that has changed significantly that you need to be aware of is you need to know your numbers. What is your profitable CAC target? Customer acquisition cost. If you don't know that, and you're just running on ROAS, hoping for this 3.5x that maybe will work for your business, you need to know your total addressable market, and you need to truly understand your CAC and your lifetime value. If your LTV is $100 and your customer acquisition is $110, you're losing, come on. You're losing $10 on every purchase. Understanding that is super important, which is why we have a calculator that works phenomenally. This calculator is how you establish your AOV, your COGS, credit card fees, which in Shopify is about 2.99%, 3% of your AOV. All of this meaning this product needs to acquire customers, cost per acquisition of $23.87, meaning you need a 2.3 ROAS. Now, the next step is identifying the lifetime value, because a lot of brands these days are actually breaking even on that first purchase, knowing they're a subscription-based model or people love their products and they come back month over month or every 60 days or every 90 days, giving you that attributed value of this times 4 times within the year is $220, but you acquired them for $24. So you might lose out. Maybe you're getting the purchase at $55, but from here you're going this minus 55, meaning you're actually getting $165 in potential contribution margin for every single new customer acquired. So because Facebook has changed, so does the need for you to change how you're looking at your business. In the financial aspect, as e-commerce has evolved, 10 years ago, there was no understanding of how contribution margin was applied to e-commerce, but now it is. So you need to have this framework and this understanding of your finances so you can establish how much can you acquire a new customer for using Meta ads. The next step is the creative. Back in the day, Coca-Cola, all these huge brands would spend tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands or millions of dollars on highly produced content for TV and ads and all these different things. These days, Meta and the consumer are both prioritizing UGC and more natural creative. And that is an absolute takeaway, that you need customer created content, user generated content, these things that builds the trust on the consumer, because we're all getting shown so many ads every single day. So the question might be, all right, Chris, you still haven't necessarily answered the question. Do Facebook ads still work in 2025? Because now you know everything that has changed. So what do we need to do to absolutely crush this year and hit our business goals? Stop fighting AI is first. You have to understand that yes, there are still stacked interests that work. Yes, there are different kind of hacks that still work. But at the end of the day, you want to run broad with a minimum of 5 million people. Let the algorithm work on your behalf instead of fighting it. Next is the acquisition funnel. To acquire customers, you can't just run 3 ads. You need to be introducing different messaging across the customer journey, which is why at my agency, we always use Eugene Schwartz's 5 stages of awareness to understand what messaging we need to deliver to a number of different customers or potential customers, that then the AI will feed the creative to the right people at the right time. Last, creative fatigue is so real on Meta. If you start to see your frequencies creeping up to 2, 3, 4, hopefully nothing more than that, you need to start increasing the volume going into your ad account more often. Essentially, we run in either weekly or bi-weekly sprints, meaning we are dumping so much creative on a weekly or bi-weekly basis that no matter what, the frequency is always going to stay low, because we're killing ads quickly and we're replenishing the ad account with new messaging and new testing. And if you want to know how to do that, click this video right up here where I break down the exact messaging process that we use. I told you I was going to give you 3 things to absolutely make your Facebook ads more effective at the end of this video, and we are here. The first one, don't just focus on better ads, but focus on better offers. Understand the unit economics of your products to understand, can you reduce the price by X% in your store? Run a CRO test to see if this product sells at a higher volume, which then increases the money coming into your business. Run tests like that. Figure out what the offer is. Who is it for? What is the messaging? That is going to be key to winning in Facebook ads in 2025. Next, use first-party data. Make sure your Facebook is connected to Shopify and your active customer list on Klaviyo, so that all of the customer data is always being filtered back into Meta, so you can start to add exclusions or customer bidding based on your ASC campaigns to ensure that you are working to acquire new customers. And going back to my calculator over here, always make sure that you are optimizing for LTV and CAC instead of just ROAS. If your cost per purchase is great, but maybe the AOV wasn't, remember that ROAS is only going to take into consideration is how much money was generated from that sale, not the customer acquisition cost based on maybe the cart value was lower than the average order value. So your ROAS is only going to be a 1.7, but your customer acquisition cost was still in line, and you know that customer is going to come back 3 or 4 more times. That's still a profitable sale. So make sure that ROAS is not your North Star. If you have any questions on that, leave a comment down below. I would be happy to walk you through my reasoning behind that. So if you want my playbook, I have a Notion board filled with every single SOP and system that we use to manage ads. Comment down below, scale, and I will send that over to you. If you found this video useful, hit thumbs up, hit subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next video.